Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be using the Boy About Town kit by MAC and Patrick Starrr, their collaboration, and so I did the eye look using just that little palette. So I'm not setting my base, I'm just going to go ahead and apply this dark brown shade, which is a super dark brown, but I forgot my tape, it happens, and I'm just going to go over that a few times. I'm gonna build up the color, make sure that it looks really intense and that everything looks pretty even where I need it to be really even. So I'm just going back and forth with this big brush and using a smaller one just to get towards the inner corner. It doesn't get too messy. So now with the blending brush, I'm gonna go over the dark line right there. I'm gonna have to go back and forth with this just to smoothly blend it towards the top, towards my brow. And I'm just using the light brown for that. Now taking a little bit of the darker brown using the other brush, I'm gonna go over the darker area and blend it towards the light brown. I'm just going over it with the clean little blending brush, blending out the lines. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of the dark brown using this same brush, and that's gonna help me blend the dark brown a little bit more. And then I'm going to take my blending brush with the light brown shade and keep going towards the eyebrow, so that way it can look really smooth and the lighter area really shows up closer to my brow. Alright, so now I'm going to take the Born This Way concealer and start on my cut crease. I'm going to do a cut crease all the way to the tape, and I do go back and forth, you know, just making sure that I like the line that I create, making it look as clean as possible. Right there I looked up and I got a little bit higher, which does happen to me sometimes. I do have hooded eyes, so I do have to like make sure that the cut crease is where I want it to, and so that you can see it whenever I have my eyes open. So I did go over the concealer to pick up some of the extra product, and now I'm going over the inner corner and the outer corner with the burgundy shade. And this is a matte burgundy shade. Like I said, I'm gonna apply it on the outer parts of the cut crease. And just so you know, I do go into the dark, all the colors actually, more than once, like maybe 3 times, 4 times, until I like the intensity of the shade that it gives me. So now I'm using the gold shade and I'm applying the mist because it is a very flaky gold and it just looks more foiled, it looks flatter, it just looks nicer whenever you wet this shade, and I just feel like it looks really intense with that. So I'm just applying that all on the inner part where I didn't apply any eyeshadow. And I'm going over it with the burgundy shade just to blend in the gold with the burgundy, and taking a smaller little brush to apply the dark brown, so that way it can transition smoothly from the shades. And I'm going over it with the gold so that way it can blend into everything. And using a tiny little brush, I'm just going over the dark brown area above the cut crease, and that makes it look very intense there, and I think it's a really good idea to do that. It just makes it look even cleaner. So I poked my eye a little bit, but I'm removing any of the fallout, which was very little, and applying the light brown shade on my lower lash line and then the burgundy shade. Before I go in with the dark brown, I'm going to apply my waterline and my waterline pencil, and I'm going to use the 24/7 Urban Decay waterline pencil for that, which is just black. I'm also going to apply that in between my lashes, and I'm going to blend that out using this brush, and then I'm going to use a blending brush for that. So I'm going over that with the dark brown, and it does look very intense because I have a lot of black eyeliner, but I really like the way that that looks. And now I'm using the foiled eyeshadow on the inner corner of the eye. So now I'm going to start on my eyeliner, and I'm using my favorite eyeliner. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm staying where I had the tape, trying to keep it clean right there, making it look neat. I'm gonna use the Marquise eyelashes by Eyler, and I've used these before, but I really like the way that they look. sometimes they can look a little too fake, but they do look nice with this look. And I'm applying a little bit of mascara and going over where I put the glue. I also like to tap my eyelashes so that way nothing gets on my eyeshadow whenever I open my eyes. You see that right there. So I'm cleaning it up with a makeup remover wipe and applying my moisturizer, then going in with the Hangover RX 3-in-1 primer. And then for foundation, I'm using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. This is a really full coverage matte foundation. It's one of my favorites, and it looks really nice and smooth and like just even on my skin. I really like the way that it looks. And I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting using the Boyne Concealer by Benefit. I'm applying it with the brush, and I'm just gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. And then for concealer, I'm using the Flawless Fusion by Laura Mercier. I'm just applying that on the highest points of my face. Okay, so using the Laura Mercier powder, I'm just gonna bake my face, and I'm applying that everywhere that I applied the concealer in a baking way, and then everywhere else on my face, I'm just gonna set my foundation. I do apply quite a lot though, so yeah. I'm using the light contour shade first, and I'm gonna go ahead and contour my cheek area as well as around my forehead. Just holding my hair back right there, trying to get it as close to the hairline as possible. And I'm gonna go in with the medium shade and keep that on the back area of the contour shade, and just to give it a little bit of a darker shadow right there. And I'm using my Tarte palette and using the bronzer that's in there, just blending that out, and then removing the loose powder that's underneath my eyes and applying a very light blush at first. And then as I was gonna pick up some more, I accidentally got some of the hot pink shade, and it was very bright, and I was like, oops. But I went ahead and I applied it and just blended it out, and I applied it on the other side too. So now I'm just cleaning up the contour area using the Laura Mercier powder. And then for highlight, I start off with this one. This one's Moonstone by Becca, and even though it does look really nice, I wanted a little bit more, so I went in with the Persona Cosmetics Zuma highlighter, and that's the one that I'm gonna mainly apply. I'm just going over the Becca one and applying this one alone on its own on my forehead, on my nose, and on my Cupid's bow, as well as my brow bone. I'm also contouring a little bit on my nose, just a tiny bit. Lastly, I am applying the red lipstick that comes with the kit. This one is called #Patty Pout, and it is a really nice matte red. I really liked it, and I think it goes really good with these eyeshadows. I also had a little bit of powder on my falsies and my lashes, so I'm just going over that with the mascara. But this is the complete look. I hope you guys liked it. I really liked the way that it turned out, and I'll be talking about the kits in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.